Hi everyone, and welcome to week 2. You made it. You got through week 1 with flying colors, so congratulations to you. I wanted to share with you a few tips for going into week 2, particularly about the discussion area about a creative assignment. So first, just a couple things about week 2. One is that as a facilitator, I'm going to step back a little bit from your discussions. So when you do the discussion this week, and you'll be in small groups, so 3 of you will be in one group, 3 of you will be in another. And that is so you can experiment with what it feels like to dialogue with a much smaller group and how you can maybe go deeper or really go more in depth on a particular topic if you don't have quite as many people to respond to. So we want to show you that as a tool. I also want to show you what it's like if the facilitator is not as active in there. As you move through a course, it's really good to be present at the beginning, but as your students get to know you and get to know the content and get to know each other, your presence might be a little inhibiting in those discussion forums. So what I'm going to do this weekend is model letting all of you kind of take the lead in your discussion groups. So what that means is that you really need to be in there. So that's my first big tip, is I really want you to be in there and paying attention to that small group. There's only 3 of you in each group, so if one of you is missing, the discussion is going to fall flat. So please set aside some time to put in your idea and then be reviewing and discussing your colleagues' ideas in those small group forums. I will be available, however. Just because I'm stepping back does not mean I am out of the course. So I'll be there for ideas. I'll be there in case things bog down. I'll also be there to monitor the other activity, the voice thread activity. Because that's a new activity to most of you, I'll be a little more active in that activity than I would be in the small group discussions. So go ahead and participate well in there. Another tip I have for you is that we're going to be talking about creative assignment ideas. And when we're doing discussion, the questions and the way we pose or comment, I should say, on creative ideas is going to be different than if we're gathering data. So what I have up here is a resource from Rebecca from Robert Fisher from a paper on, it's down here, Creative Minds, Building Communities of Learning for the Creative Age. And what Fisher did was put together in this study a table of what type of things are we looking for when we're looking at critical thinking, and what things are we looking for when we're looking at creative thinking. So we're looking to be more generative. So think about brainstorming, where you tell everybody there's no bad ideas, keep it coming, and how you have to let it go for a bit to get really creative ideas. There's not one answer, but there is an answer in creative thinking. We want that discussion to be open-ended and speculative, and thinking about, yes, that's a good idea, and how about this other idea? So here's what I would like you to do. When you are discussing with each other in that small group forum, I would like you to be thinking about what is going to continue the conversation. So, for example, a colleague might put in an idea, and instead of saying something about how, well, I tried that and I didn't find that worked, you could ask something like, I wonder what might happen if you tried, and then give your thought. Or you might consider this type of thing, or just think really broad sometimes of, I'm considering doing this, and really flipping an idea on its head. And what you'll find is as the conversation opens, so does the creativity. So you might start with your idea in one place, but as you discuss it more deeply with your peers and more openly in terms of not having a set answer, you might find that that conversation expands, as does your idea. So I really look forward to seeing what you're all going to come up with. Keep in mind also that anything you create in that forum in terms of a creative idea is something you can use in your portfolio at the end of part 2. So really take advantage of this time to develop an idea. It also might be an idea that you end up putting into a course, so I think it's well worth the investment in time for you. Please reach out to me if you have questions. I'll be in and out, as I said, of the course all weekend, but I will be checking in, and I'd love to hear from you, and good luck. Thanks.